What's going on, y'all? Ultrasound Entertainment with another episode entitled On a Broader Perspective of Maturing versus Just Getting Older. And some of y'all could relate with me when I say that, because if you are still alive, which I am assuming you are because you're listening to this, you have noticed that, as you've matured, certain people have just gotten older. And that's what we're facing in this nation at this time. There's a difference between people just getting older versus people who are maturing. Now, just because this is my first time saying this doesn't mean that I don't know what's going on. Now, I don't want to ramble. I really don't want to ramble. As Geoff Brown would call this, like, this is my intellectual rant. We've been talking about this for years. I remember us talking about this. I was probably like 16 years, maybe 15. We were talking about this for years. We've been talking about this for years, even before I was born, even before my mama's mama was born. We've been speaking about this. And then now all of a sudden, there's this outcry and all this rage from people, and some people still don't get it. They still don't get it. And quite frankly, I don't think anything is going to change, because we've seen it happen before. It's never changed. Once all the protests stop, once all the looting and everything else stops, and people standing and marching and everything like that, everybody's going to go back to who they really are. And that's what we fail to see. That's what's going to happen. Like the same people that's out there looting and protesting with us and everything, like, they're still not finna give you that job. They're not finna hire you. They're still going to be on some road rage stuff. They're still going to be on the same buffoonery and cooning and racism and all types of things. Now, I have a lot to say. I really do have a lot to say. Like I said, just because this is my first time saying this doesn't mean that I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to look at both sides of the spectrum. Most people think in black and white. That's what most people do. Like, I've been around long enough. I don't have to be 50, 60, 70 years old to understand how people think and how they operate. They think in black and white. They don't think in color. These are metaphors, for you stupid, dumb motherfuckers. People think in mono and not stereo. I can look into your face. Me personally, I can look into your face and tell whether you're on some bullshit or not. Let alone when you start to speak and open your mouth. I generally keep, politics to myself. I don't like to speak about it because I know there's a lot of people that they have these certain, they're opposing and the cognitive dissonance. There's a lot of cognitive dissonance when it comes to our black people, to our native people of this America. Because I'm a student, and I like to deal with sociology and psychology. I want to know, why the hell are you thinking this way? What makes you think this way? So I just decided to make this video to dive deeper into that. Like, I might be all over the place. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be ranting. I'm going to go all over the place because, like I said, like we've been talking about this, like the little small group that I used to hang with when we were teenagers and, you know, back in the early 2000s before we graduated, like we used to talk about this stuff, you know, and it's a lot of stuff that's going on right now that hasn't been addressed and, you know, probably won't be addressed or whatever, but I got to let it out. I got to talk about it. Now, I don't know where y'all at. I appreciate y'all listening, whoever's listening. I know I don't have a large following. I don't care about a large following. I just want the real people to be here and listen and, you know, get the jewels that I drop and everything like that. I never claim to be the smartest or the all-knowing or anything like that. No. I'm out of California. That's where I'm stationed. I'm in California. I'm from Cali. So I can only bring it to you the way a real Californian will. But like I said, like I generally keep politics to myself because it's, you know, it's like arguing with religious people, you know, who only quote from the Bible. You know, if you ever get into a debate with somebody religious, then they always want to go to the Bible and quote their favorite quotes and stuff like that and then condemn you. You know, and it's like, but read what's under that or read what's above that. Like, what are you talking about? So that's why I keep politics to myself. I don't usually get on this type of route or whatever. I like to sit back and I like to observe. I like to watch people. I like to listen to them speak because they like to speak. They like to hear themselves speak. So I sit back and I learn from them on what to do and what not to do when speaking on these certain topics. I've been meaning to do, you know, a video like this for years, but I just didn't. Like, I just don't want to because it's like, I don't care what people think or whatever, but it's just like, how am I going to put this together? I don't know how I'm going to put this together or what I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it or whatever, because there's a lot of people out there already doing it for me. They're thinking what I'm thinking or whatever, and they have a better audience or bigger following. Like, you know, like for years, like I've been listening to Yvette Carnell, Claude Anderson, and Antonio Moore, Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, Bobby Hemmett. I mean, I can go on for days. I mean, Zoe Williams, Dr. Delbert Blair, John Henry Clark, Dr. Phil Valentine, Judge Joe Brown. You know, and it was this white lady who has been all over social media, especially in particular Instagram, where she was like, all white people are racist. Like, they were taught this, and inherently, like, they're just racist, but they don't want to admit it. They did something like on the Oprah show. I don't know what year it was, but she was a special guest, and she separated. Her idea was to separate the blue eyes from the brown eyes and see how they were being mistreated. It was an experiment, and it was crazy. And, you know, I was like, damn. And the blue-eyed people were outraged. Like, how can you not give me my privilege? Like, I have blue eyes, you know? But, you know, that's another thing or whatever. You know, like I said, and, you know, with the people that I've listened to over the years, because it took years. Like, I just didn't wake up and all of a sudden just starting to speak about this. Like, this is over, you know, 15 years of research and homework and studying and devotion and everything like that. Just, you know, just like with my music and you know, the things that I create. Like, it just didn't happen overnight. Most of this stuff was around for me and was available to me when I was a child. Like, I didn't do this in my early 20s or my mid 20s or early 30s or anything like that. Like, no, like I've been doing this for a long time, and I've been thinking this way for a long time, so, a lot of this is bigger than what we think it is. It's about the economy and how we are not included. We are not included in this economy. We have never been included in this economy. I mean, the definition of insanity is, if you don't know this, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So the marching, the protesting, and all this other stuff, like I said in the beginning, we're going to keep doing it because somebody's going to keep losing their lives by the hands of racist police officers. And before I go even deeper into that, like, you guys got to understand that the police force was created they were slave catchers at first. Then they became the police. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that a bitch? But nobody wants to educate us on this stuff. Just like, I didn't know anything about what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1921. I didn't know that. They didn't put that in the school books or anything like that. No, we learned about Christopher Columbus and George Washington and everything deflecting us. And I think that, the real protesters and everything like that, this is what they're marching for. It's like, y'all keep deflecting us away from the real history of what we've been through as a people, even before we were born or even thought of. I didn't know that they sent bombs over Tulsa, Oklahoma, with the all black community, and they had black lawyers and black bankers and everything. Everything was black owned. They said, fuck that. We finna go massacre them. Like, and it's like, apart from, like, I kind of get, I get excited. I get a little timid, when it comes to this, because it pisses me off. It just pisses me off. This is why I don't talk about it. I don't speak about it, because this shit pisses me off, because I've been seeing it my entire life, starting from a child all the way up into adulthood. I've been seeing this. But a part of, of me says, like, yeah, we got all these people marching with us. That's one side of me. We got all these people finally standing up and saying, fuck that. Like, we're tired of seeing this shit. And then another part of me says, no, they just been in the house for too long, and they want to come out and write on little cardboards and paper sheets and stuff like that, and talk about Black Lives Matter and all lives matter. And they want people to understand that when, you got some people that say all lives matter, and, but it doesn't mean that Black lives doesn't matter. It just means all lives matter. It's like, it's all a deflection. It's like, the thing about Black lives mattering is saying that, like, you Latinos, you Asians, you little white boys and white girls and Asian girls and you're not being murdered by police officers like that in numbers where it gets televised or anything like that. That's not happening with y'all. That's what Black Lives Matter means. Like, we all know all lives matter. We know that. We're the human race. We make up of this earth, of the human race or whatever, but we see what's happening to black folks. So I'm finna get deeper into this. But like I said, like, that other part of me says that these motherfuckers been on quarantine for about 3 months and they just coming outside. I can't say that I don't think that if we wasn't on quarantine, that these people wouldn't come outside and protest and march and everything like that if they were still working and everything was going on. But I mean, we'll never know that. Because like I said, I just feel that once all of this stuff is over, it's going to go back to the same shit. I mean, it's always been the same. Nothing has changed. I mean, they gave us a little $1,200. Why don't y'all do that on a regular basis? Why don't y'all do that every year? Whether you working or not, like, why don't you just throw us a little $1,200 so we can put that up and stack that up? It's all a game. Like I said, like, people are playing checkers, and other people are thinking chess. And then there's some people who are trying to play chess, but you don't even know who you are on the goddamn board. You don't know if you're a rook, if you're a bishop or a knight. You don't know what you are on the board, but I'm playing checkers. I'm playing chess. And they're playing checkers. Nah. Then who are you on the board then? Excuse me. Like I said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. How long have we been doing this? We've been doing this for a long time. The same shit. Every time something happens, we do the same thing over and over again. And you got these, these patsies who come on air and start talking into the camera for something somebody wrote. It never comes from them. It never sincerely comes from them. These are, people who get, and they're PR trained and everything like that. And this is like, you just want to punch them in their fucking face. It's like, stop being so fake. Like, just sit your ass down. Just sit your ass down. Like, you don't really give a damn. Because it's not you. It's not you that's suffering. It's everybody else. They tell us what they want us to know. Because they know once you learn, you can take over. You can take over all of that. And like, my past 3 jobs are like the perfect example. Like, I'm a fast learner. Like, as long as you teach me the correct way to do it, not your way, but the correct way to do something, then I will learn it. And then more than likely, like, I'll probably be better than you at it. And they don't want that. Anytime that I've had a job where it was like, okay, this is the entry level position. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm content with that. I gotta learn, fine. But once I start learning, then the people around me start to get jealous. Like, how the hell did he pick up on that so quickly? I've been here all this time and I get it, but I'm not as good as him. And how he does it. That's not right. So they sabotage everything you do. Now you got a target on your back. The last job I worked at, I learned the whole everything within probably like 6 months, maybe 8. And I said, okay, I get it. But for me moving up, no, they wouldn't let that happen. This Negro, this black dude, this nigger, no, he's not moving up into that position. But they got all these little dum-dums in those positions because it to the board of directors or whatever they call them, it makes them look good. But if you got somebody who's a fast learner and who can catch on to things quickly, they're not gonna do that. It's just not gonna happen because first of all, you're telling the truth. You're calling it like you see it. You're not putting on some type of front. So they don't want you. Like, it's like I remember, like, the dude told me, he's like, man, as soon as you get in here and then you start learning this and you start learning that, then they're gonna be on you. Because they want you to be like a zombie. They want you to be a robot. They want you to be a yes man. They don't want you moving up. They want you to be content like everybody else. They want you to be like, the Mexican farmer who came from Mexico, and yes, I'll do whatever you want me to do. I'll do it for less money. I don't care. That they want you to be like that. And if you're not like that, you got problems. The latest in the protests, of another killing of an unarmed black man. I mean, it's nothing new. Like I said, like Latinos, Asians, white people, they don't know what that's like. I mean, of course they have been killed, in that way or whatever, but they don't know how to resonate with that or whatever, because they just don't comprehend. They can't fathom what it's like to have that done to them on a mass scale in America. It doesn't happen to them in America. So that's why I say like that other side of the shoulder tells me, it's like, y'all just out here because everybody else is out here. Like, y'all not going to sit there and go to these board meetings and go to these courts and stuff like that and demand, our, like, what the hell? They're not finna do that. This is why I choose not to talk about it. Like, observation and observing, is my best weapon. I mean, I just look at the times, and then I have to start with my own people first before I go out and, into the broader spectrum. Like, I have to look at my people first, and I do it with a fine-tooth comb. And then the women, our women in particular, I have to start with them, because it's like a lot of this shit is their fault. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody talks about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. Like, a lot of this shit has to do with our black women and the way they act and what they choose to put up with and how they. As soon as the LGBTQ or whatever, how many letters it is, they came out, they just went crazy. They just went crazy. They're bisexual 1 month. They're gay the next month. They identify as pansexual the next month, and they're heterosexual this year, and they're anisexual. And it's like, I don't give a damn. Like I remember having this discussion. It's like, when the hell did your sexual orientation become an issue? Like, who gives a damn what you do behind closed doors? If that's what you want to do, that's just what you want to do. Like, who cares? Why do you have to come out and broadcast, I'm gay, I like the same sex, I should be treated this way and that way? It has nothing to do with anything. I mean, God damn it, like animals have more rights than black folks do. You beat the shit out of a dog right now and see that your ass ain't nothing gonna happen to you. But beat the shit out of a black man or a black woman, whether you police or not, probably nothing's gonna happen to you. You can even kill them and nothing's gonna happen to you. You kill a dog, an animal or something like that, oh, your ass is done. You're toast. They're gonna sit your ass down for years. You see how this is all fucked up? I mean, you got girls, and I've seen it. I've been seeing it. You got girls, like I don't know. I want to call them women. I don't know. you got females permitting guys to call them bro. I mean, I've been in plenty of stores or I've seen things on television where it's like you got grown ass men calling grown ass women bro. When did we start doing that? And when was that accepted? Bro? How are you gonna call another female bro? Then you got other girls calling other girls bro. That's how I said we're fucked up. This is like this went way beyond George Floyd. We've been. This is it. It is very, very serious, and like I said, I have to start with my people first before I go out, and the macro. Like I'm dealing with the micro right now. I'm dealing with the little itty bitty things that people don't pay attention to that flies over everybody's head. I mean, like I said, you got grown ass men calling grown ass women bro. Then you got grown ass women calling grown ass women bro. When did we start doing that? This is all because of this LBGQ shit. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against nobody who wants to. You want to be with the same sex? I don't care. I mean, what is that? It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything for us. I'm not losing any sleep over that shit. Like, who cares? But you want to broadcast it? Like, this is a big issue? Like, you're being tortured. And the thing that pissed me off about it is when they just want to teach it to the children. It's like the children don't know any goddamn better, but y'all want to teach it to them. They don't know any better. Let them choose. Don't force it on them. That's what pissed me off about the LGBT community. Fuck that. Like, you're not finna sit here and put this shit on my child just because you have a fucking goddamn disorder. And that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people with disorders. We got to understand, we're dealing with people with PTSD, bipolar disorders, schizophrenia, multi-personality, whatever you want to say in that spectrum, everything that has to do with psychology. These are the people that we're dealing with, and these people, some of them belong to the LGBTQ, whatever the hell, community. This is what we're dealing with. And nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to speak about it because they're a part of the fucking problem. You know, and like I said, like when dealing with our people, like I already noticed this. It's like black people, we don't like each other. That's one of the biggest issues is we do not like each other. We don't get along with each other because everybody always has a different agenda. A lot of people have different motives, ulterior motives, and we just don't get along. I mean, jealousy and envy that I've encountered throughout my life came from my own people. And I can use an example as my music, you know, cause like, you know, a lot of people would tell me, you know, like, oh, well, shit, you've been doing music for all this long. Like, why ain't you made it? If you so dope, why ain't you made it? Why ain't you signed? Because this nigga over here has the connections and won't share them. He's not going to share them. He's not going to share them with me. Why? He's jealous. He's envious. Most of these dudes, like, you know, when I was growing up, a lot of these dudes had everything. They had both parents in the house. They had their first car when they was 15 or 16. And I don't mean some little bucket or anything. I'm talking about BMWs and you know, Volkswagens and Mercedes and everything like that. Like, they had that. But they were pieces of shits. Like, they didn't have no swag. That's what would attract people. Like they couldn't, that's the only thing that people would admire is their possessions. Everything about them was bullshit. Nobody gravitated towards them. They only gravitated towards their possessions. And I noticed that. I mean, I had this one dude. I used to stay with this one dude, and I remember me and him didn't have no job at the time, and we were looking for work or whatever, and then he had hooked up with some dude painting houses or whatever, and we made a easy like $300 in one day, you know, just for painting, you know, some skirts or something like that, or you know, these I wouldn't say wealthy people, but like, you know, kind of rich people houses and everything like that. And I was like, this is pretty cool. Like I can get down with this. And then I'm telling him like, you know, when's the next job? You know, he's like, oh, I quit. I don't want to do that shit. I'm like, okay, so what's the dude number? Oh, I don't know. I erased it. I ain't, you know, like what the so you want to stop my paper just because you don't want to do it? This crabs in the barrel shit. Oh, if I don't make it, then you don't either. That's the problem with black people. That's the main problem with black people. You're not finna blow up before I do. If I'm not doing good, you're not doing good. You know, and like a lot of that started with me, with my family. Like I seen that with my family. I noticed that these people had personal issues that they have not dealt with in years, and they will never deal with them. They were crabs in the barrel too. It's like they had personal issues. It's like y'all should have never had children. Y'all should have never done that. Because y'all haven't even got over these personal issues that y'all have. It all starts in the home. This is where a lot of this stuff starts at, with white people, black people, Asians, Latinos, whatever. It all starts in the home. But with me personally, it started in the home. I've seen it, but I didn't realize this until I got older, that these people had issues. They had personal issues that they had not gotten over and they have not dealt with. I mean, how do you have adults jealous of a child? I didn't know that when I was growing up. My own family and people they would bring around who were non-family members were jealous of me. How do you be jealous of a child and you're an adult? That's a whole different spectrum. That's a whole nother universe. How are you jealous of a child? I didn't get it. And they won't talk to me about it because I have a lot of questions to ask, but they're not going to talk to me because they have issues. Like I said, we're dealing with psychology and sociology. The way these people think. The only reason why people are around them is because of their possessions. It's not because of them or who they are as individuals. It's because of their possessions and what they have and what they can offer as possessions. I always like to use the quote from Men in Black with Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. When Tommy Lee Jones was he wasn't making Will Smith. He's like, you don't want to be a Men in Black? That's fine. Like, you think about it though, but I'm gonna tell you this. He said the individual is smart. Go back and listen to it. They sitting at the bench. They in New York. I don't know what part of New York they are, but they sitting at this bench, and Tommy Lee Jones tells Will Smith, he said, a person is smart. An individual is smart. People are stupid. They're dumb and you know it. Collectively, if you was to put us up in a collective plate, we're stupid. We're dumb. I mean, like I said, like the jealousy. I know a lot of musicians or have associated with musicians. These people are not going to put me on. Why would they? Because like whatever they're doing, it hasn't worked. It doesn't work for them, but they have all the connections and everything. So why would they give me the plug? Why would they give me the connection so I can get the bag? They're not knowing that it's like, I'm going to bring you with me anyway, whatever you do. They don't give a damn about that shit. They're looking for the now. They're not going to sit there and plug me and put me on and do this and do that and probably have to work under me or no. It's like, nah, it's like I said, like if I don't make it, you don't make it. I'm not finna give you the information to the gold mine and everything like that. Because it'd be a different situation with me rather with them. Like you have all the connections and you still haven't done anything. You still can't get here and do that. You know all these people. You're social. You have all the people behind you, but yet you're still in the same position. Then somebody like me comes around and comes along. Hey, what's the hookup to that? So I don't know. It's like I said, the dude I used to stay with, like, what's up on that painting job? I ain't messing with him. Nigga, what that got to do with me though? I'm trying to get up on my feet. Why are you withholding information? You're acting just like the opposition, just like them, and that's what a lot of black folks understand. Is like y'all thinking just like the white folks, but y'all thinking like the animalistic, barbaric white people. Like that's how a lot of black people act. If you see them, if you listen to them speak, they're acting like the trailer trash, the lowest of the low, the gutter, barbaric white people. And it's a lot of them who are in these blue collar and white collars who are really animalistic. They're really barbaric. And they don't care. They do not care, and they will tell you in a minute because it's like, what the fuck you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? It reminds me of like Mr. Vlad. Like this dude swears that I'm down. I'm down with the black people. I'm interviewing all these people. And then some of the people are like that he interviewed were just so gullible. It's like they just need something to say, but they can't go nowhere else. Because nobody wants to Vlad, he'll allow some controversy on his stuff, but other people don't want to book them or anything like that. And a lot of these people just have something that they want to get off their chest and they want to say. And they're sitting there laughing in his face and everything like that. Like, I don't know if it's a technique or whatever, but it's like, I guess it works for them. I don't know. But for Vlad, it makes him feel like he's a part of the culture. It's like, no, dude, you're not. You're no DJ Jazzy Jeff. Like certain people put this DJ in front of their name, and all of a sudden they're a DJ. You're no DJ Jazzy Jeff, Vlad. You never will be a DJ Jazzy Jeff or anything close to a DJ Jazzy Jeff. I wish DJ Jazzy Jeff would have had a platform like Vlad, because everybody would come. Everybody, any and everybody, all walks of life would go and be interviewed by the great and the legendary DJ Jazzy Jeff. You think DJ Jazzy Jeff would have to pay for some punani if he wasn't married? And now switch over to Vlad. Vlad has to pay for punani. Ain't nobody giving Vlad no. I don't give a damn if they drunk, high, or off pills or anything like that. Vlad has to pay for punani. Nobody's giving it up to him consensually. Like, I really like you. And that's his confidence. Like, it's like people just gravitate towards him. Like I said, like with certain parts of my family and certain parts of people or black people or whatever They're just gravitating towards you because of your possessions. It's not you. You're a piece of shit. And they know that. They can see that in your face. Like I said earlier, I can tell in your face when I look in your face if you're a piece of shit, because that's how it's shaped. Like a piece of shit. The way you look, the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you act. Like I said, all of this shit is psychology and sociology. Like I said, I told you I was going to be ranting. I don't care. I really don't care at this point. Like I said, Asians, Chinese, like we say Asian, Chinese, Japanese, Cambodians, Philippines, Vietnamese, like all of them, Hispanics, Latinos, or whatever you want to call it, people from Mexico, people from Puerto Rico, people from South America and the Caribbean, and white people, the Europeans, they all stand together, whether they agree or disagree. The looting comes with the territory. That comes with the territory of protests. I'm not worried about the looting, because everybody knows, like, some people don't know, but it's like these people have insurance. And people come in there and steal all their shit and everything like that. In about 6 months, it'd be all built back up and stocked back up and everything like that. They don't lose anything. But you'll say, oh, well, what about the small business owners? It came with the territory. Would I be mad if I had a small business in one of these neighborhoods where people were looting? Yeah, of course. I'd be like, what the fuck? Came with the territory. It could have happened without a protest. The hell am I going to do? I'm going to shoot somebody? But if I got insurance, I'm not tripping. And, and the thing about, like, with police officers is, like, they know. You have to know. Because it's like, I was supposed to be a Marine. I was supposed to go into the military, and I was going to go into the Marines. I wasn't going into the Army. I wasn't going into the Navy. And I wasn't going into the Air Force nor the National Guard. I was going into the highest rank. I was going into the Marines. I wanted to be Special Ops, Green Beret. That means that I can come in and take your ass out and be gone. And you wouldn't know who the hell was that dude. That's what I was going in to do. But certain things happened, in my life, at the time, and I couldn't do it. My mom tried to convince me that, it's like the boys in the hood, like, a black man don't deserve to be in the Army. And it probably was true. Like, I don't know if I would have been thinking the same way that I'm thinking now had I joined the Marines. But if I did join the Marines and I was thinking the same way, then it'd been a little bit like, wow, now, like, I have this under my belt on top of that. Like, I'm thinking like this. It's like, I can start my own revolution. Or just sit back and watch. But the police, the police know who's dangerous. Like, these people are trained on this shit. They know who's dangerous. They know who the gangbangers are. They know the people who gonna tear up shit. They know this. They know the people who just run their mouth and act like they're finna do something. You sit there, you stare at them like, okay. Just let them get it out. Let her get it out. Knowing they ain't gonna do shit. They're not finna do nothing. It's like, you wanna go to jail, you wanna go home. What you wanna do? And then you have these police officers who joined because of what? Power. Indirectly or directly, whatever, we don't know their life story, but whatever, they've been teased. Like I said, like Vlad, DJ Vlad, oh my God, he wanted to be a police officer so bad, and that was the George Zimmerman. Vlad is George Zimmerman. That's exactly who I feel that he is. He is George Zimmerman. He's trigger happy, and it's a black guy with a hoodie on, and he looks suspicious. Let me shoot him. And I know nothing will happen to me because I was threatened with my life. He came to me. It's like, no, you went to him. Like who the hell was, do you ever think and ask him, like, who were you when you were younger? What happened to you, or what was going on with you when you were younger? Nobody asked these questions to him. But you can already see it. Like, people like me can already see it. Like, it's like you were nobody. And you still are nobody. And like I said, like, these police officers, like, they joined the force for power. They still gotta pay for pussy. They still gotta pay for the punani. They don't get it. But they got a little gun and a little taser and a badge, and this gives them the right to act the way that they do. They were teased, they couldn't stand up for themselves and everything like that. Like I said, directly or indirectly. And I'm not condoning, bullying and everything like that. I don't like bullies either. I don't like bullies. But you don't join the police force to all of a sudden become a bully when that's what you were opposed to when it happened to you, or if it happened to you. You don't do that. That's not the reason why you're supposed to join the police force. And like I said, it's a lot of people are just weirdos. A lot of people are just weirdos. And you just got to listen to them talk. Just look at their posture, look at their gestures, and listen to them speak. And you put all that together, it's like, that's a fucking weirdo. You're a weirdo. Like, I seen something with Keke Palmer, and I was just like, what are you doing? And it's like up until that point, I had respect for Keke. But what she did, it was just like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I'm a security guard, right? As an example, I'm a security guard. I can't leave my post talking about, march with us. This is not enough, and you're not doing this, and you're not doing that. What, you take your little ass on somewhere? Like, what the hell do you know? You don't know. She doesn't know shit. And this is what I'm saying about our black women. It's like they don't know shit because nobody has ever taught them. Ain't no real man ever sat down with Keke Palmer and just broke everything down to her. And even if they tried, who knows if she would listen? She's emotional. She's in her emotions. How are you trying to tell a National Guard to come march with us so you can get a viral video? That's all it was. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what history do you know? Who has educated you on anything? You're just talking and you're just speaking. But that was something else. That was a side rant. It was just like, I seen that and I was just like, what the hell is Keke Palmer doing? Why don't you get your little ass on somewhere and prepare for your next movie or something like that? Like, you're not involved in this shit. You ain't never been involved in this shit. You just want to go viral. Like I said, the definition of insanity is, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And I don't care what people think about my opinion, but I just think that, people generally are stupid. Like they're just dumb. Like they're just ignorant. They're dumbfounded. And some of it is because of their own fault. Some of it is because they're dumbfounded and they don't know, or they're not oblivious to like, damn, I didn't know that. You get a couple of those people when they come out of that, they be like, damn, that's how it is. And it's like, damn, I never thought about that. I never thought about it like that. Those people get the pass or whatever, but you got people out here who know better. And then they want to, push on the more ignorance towards other people and the masses because they have some type of status or they're celebrities or something like that. And a lot of these motherfuckers don't know shit. It's like you really need to separate the celebrity from the person. I mean, it's like I like a lot of celebrities because of their art and what they do or whatever, but I don't know them as a person. Like I said, I can meet my favorite musician, my favorite actor, and they can be assholes as a person. It's like, man, fuck you or fuck her. Like, you just like sent me like down another tunnel with the bullshit that you talking about. Like, you're really a piece of shit. It's I've been hearing Killer Mike over the years and whatever. I never spoke on him. But I don't respect people like that. Like you haven't even changed your name. You haven't even changed your name. Your name is Killer Mike. And people are addressing you as Killer Mike. Who's taking you seriously? I don't take him serious. I mean, just because you sit up there and you speak and you're in front of a camera and you speak doesn't mean I'm taking you seriously. Just because you have a large following doesn't mean I'm taking you seriously. I mean, like Killer Mike, it has, to me, in my opinion, he has the education of a sixth grader or eighth grader. He's not intelligent to me. He's not. It's just like I don't even know where the hell he made the damn transformation or the transition from hip hop to politics. It's like, you are the wrong person. It's like, first of all, change your name. Your name is Killer Mike. Who have you killed? So you didn't kill people before because you're Killer Mike. And just listening to him speak at the podium, and it was just like, wouldn't you sit your ass down? Like, I mean, it's like, yeah, you want to give him an A for effort and everything like that. And it's like, some people be like, oh, well, that's your black brother. And it's like, yes, but like, that's the wrong representative. And it's like just like Tip, like T.I. Same way he getting up there. And it's like, you're not going to grow a beard. You can't grow a beard. Shave it off or do something fancy with it or something like that. Get somebody to do something fancy with it. But you getting up there looking all rugged and everything and talking about the Wakanda. This is Wakanda. And it's like I said, I have to separate the celebrity from the person. I don't know T.I., Tip, or Clifford Harris as a person. I don't know him. I just know his art and I respect his art, but I don't know him as a person. I mean, he's led us into his life, through television and everything like that. But it's like, I can't accept you as a representative for us. Because like when somebody like me starts asking these hard ass questions, what are you going to say? What are you going to do? Are you going to deflect? Are you going to get defensive? I don't know. Because like what he said it was just like random. It was just like he did this and he did that and he said this, he said that, A, B, C, E, F, G, H, I, J, Elemental P, and he just left. And then Killer Mike brought his little sausage ham biscuit ass up there and started like, man, these are the people This is why that we get treated the way we do, because they put them in front because they're willing to do it. Y'all gotta watch these celebrities. I mean, it's like y'all give them the gift of gab. Y'all give it to them. They don't possess it, but y'all give it to them. Democrat, Republic, they all the same thing. Y'all go out here and vote. Vote for this. And no, like, you know what? We're going to vote for this shit to be gutted out and start all back over again. If y'all need to shut the goddamn country down for a whole year so we can go in and gut this motherfucker out and restructure it, then let's do that. Because it's like the voting. What is the voting going to do? If I'm going to vote for somebody, I want to talk to them. I'm going to speak to you. I'm voting for you. You come here. Come here to sit your ass down. Sit down right here. It's not going to be no aggression or anything like that. I want to ask you some questions. If I'm voting for you, I need to speak to you. I'm not finna sit here and vote for you and I don't get to speak to you. And most people don't understand that. Why the hell am I voting for you and I never even met you? I haven't spoken to you. You're going by, waving your hand and shaking people's hands. What is that? No, let me ask you some questions. What are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about that? Are you going to change this? Are you going to keep this the same? This is what people have to start asking themselves, because when people start thinking collectively like that, then it will put pressure on a lot of these people who want to be voted in and everything else. And they will be like, damn, like, should I do this or should I not? Like, I got 50,000 people wanting to ask me questions about certain things and I don't know what to say. Of course. Because they're thinking collectively. Oh, I'm just going to vote for him. I don't have to make any interactions or talk to him or ask her any questions or ask him any questions. I'm just going to vote for him. That's what they expect you to do. No, if I'm voting for you, like, that's why a lot of people say voting doesn't work. If I'm voting for you, I need to speak to you one-on-one. If you ain't got the time, then fuck my vote and fuck you. I don't need to speak to you. I want to sit down. I want to ask you some questions. I want to pick your brain. People don't want to do that because they're gullible. People are stupid. They're dumb. They don't give a damn. Nothing matters to them. I mean, they wake up and do the same shit every goddamn day. Nothing's creative about them. And this is what the politicians and with these people in the office and the government, this is exactly what they feed off of. This is why they said the sheeple. I mean, they've written books on this. I mean, like, shout out to fucking Professor Griff. Like they've been telling us this stuff for years. I mean, come on. COINTELPRO, like, sniffing out the Black Messiah and all of this stuff. J. Edgar Hoover with his weird ass. Fuck him. Fuck him. Ew, fucking weirdo. Like, it's like this country and the people that represent this country are weirdos. I mean, they let people get away with certain shit for so long. They'll let them get away with it for so long. But like I said, like, if you're a black man or you're a black woman, or your ass is going to jail, you're going down today. Fuck the bullshit. You're going down today. I don't want to hear about the looting. I don't want to hear about that shit. I'm tired of, all of the deflections and stuff like that, because these people, you want to talk about looting, stealing, theft? These people stole a whole country. They've been stealing countries for years, millennia. Maybe not millennia, but they've been stealing countries, whole countries. Bases set up everywhere. And you want to sit there, and make a news report about Big Five, Walgreens, Rite Aid. I mean, these people who profit and who make hand over fist every year, that didn't hurt them. Y'all think that like these people looting and the businesses getting broken into and everything, y'all think that hurt them? We got people who have stolen an entire country. Better yet, a whole damn continent. How do you steal a continent? How do you steal a country? How do you, that's real, that's the real looting. Nobody wants to talk about that. Especially the news anchors. I remember, like, I was like I said, I'm here in Cali, and then, like, there was this protester, and she was cursing, and it was another dude, and he was cursing, and they were trying to interpret, like, oh, we're sorry for the language. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. This is 2020. Nobody give a fuck about no goddamn language. Like, I can't sit here and continue to be politically correct with individuals who are ignorant. I am not about to sit here and continue to be politically correct. I'm not doing it anymore. I haven't been doing it for years, but I'm not doing it. I'm not being politically correct with people. These people want to keep on acting like we have to continue to be politically correct and everything. When everybody sees past that shit, that's why you get looting, because you want to be politically correct. Everything that you're talking about has to be politically correct. Shout out to Professor Griffin. Just popped in my head. Shout out to Professor Griffin, Asir, the Duke of Tears. Like I said, I can go on for days about the people I've been listening to, and these people have educated me. Like, I owe these motherfuckers money. I owe them money. All the information that they've been putting out, I owe them some money. But I don't want to hear about no damn looting. Like I said, these people descendants stole an entire country. And then on top of that, here in North America, they make these $5 natives. They made them the natives. They got their reservations and casinos. And then they told us, no, you from Africa. No, the fuck we not. No, I'm not. None of my ancestors come from Africa. I don't look like an African, nor do I possess the phenotypes. I need to look that shit up. The phenotypes. I don't possess no phenotype of no African with my skull or my nose shape or anything like that. I come from North America, and so do my descendants, my mama's 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 mama. We been here. That's why I said, like, they're not teaching us this shit. It's like, oh, y'all come from Africa. It's like, we already know, like, yeah, people say, well, that's where civilization started. But it wasn't its own continent, right? Africans are our cousins. That's who they are. The original Mexicans were chocolate, like me. Like people don't understand, like, Pangea, when it was this massive, Pangea is a massive continent before it broke off. That included all 7 continents before it broke off. So, like, they don't want to tell you that, like, life was already there and it was just only black folks there. And then everything happened, and some people died off, and natural disasters and stuff like that. Maybe some diseases or anything, but it was a massive continent called Pangea. And that's where we were. And we were all around each other. And we mixed and we breeded with each other and everything like that. And then there were earthquakes, and there were, like I said, natural disasters. And then we started drifting apart. Slowly but surely, the waters came and eroded and everything like that, and North America was over here. Africa was right there. Europe, Europa, Asia, Australia. Look at the Aboriginals. It's like, it's right there. But they're not going to tell you that. They just want to, like, broad stroke everything. That's not what they want to teach you. I mean, all forms of the pale skin come from Europe. All these people here, I'm an American. No, you're not. You're a European. That's where your ancestors came from. Your ancestors came from Europe or somewhere in Europe. Over there, it wasn't America, because America was all chocolate Indians or chocolate natives or indigenous people. I'm tired of people saying that we need to go back to Africa. We're Africans and we need to. No, we're not. They did like Africans don't even call themselves Africans, because like you have countries on a continent. Africa is a continent. If you ask an African where they're from, they're going to tell you where they're from. I'm from the Sudan. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from the Congo. They're not going to say I'm African. They're going to tell you exactly where they're from. This is the mind game. This is the mind fuck that people keep on, they keep on doing this shit to us. And it's like, collectively, we let it happen. That's why they keep doing it. It's like, well, they agree. So, like, what the hell else? Like, we're not finna tell them the truth. Like, if they come to us 20,000 strong, then it's like, damn, now we gotta tell them. But they're not finna tell you anything. But like I said, Europa, and even that was black. Even the black folks, like, we were all over the goddamn place. We were all over the goddamn globe. Cold, hot, in the middle of the equator. It doesn't matter. We were there. I mean, we are the original Chinese and Japanese. So that they were black. I mean, it's been proven. But they don't want to spread this stuff. They don't want to talk about it, because it's like, damn. Because it's like, okay, if we start telling them all this truth, and it's like, okay, so what else are y'all hiding in? Because then what the thing becomes after that? After they say, okay, we you were the original person, you were this and you were that, and you came from here and you came from there, and you were everywhere. And then the next conversation, like, this is where ADOS comes in. Where is the money? Cut the check. What they start Scooby Dooing. They get mush mouthed and they start stuttering and everything. It's like, okay, so we already know our history. Y'all don't have to even tell us about that. We already know. Where is the money? Give us the money. If you, I mean, you're going to have some dumbass niggas who going to put it right back in the economy and fuck off and everything like that. Probably get killed over it and stuff like that. Like I said, that comes with the territory. You got some dumbass, and you can give a nigga $3,000, $5,000, give a nigga $50,000 and see what the hell he does with it. The average nigga, give a nigga that much money and see what he does with the motherfucker. See what he does with it. But you give 50,000, 100,000, 300, 500,000, a million to somebody who's financially literate. He or she or they are creating generational wealth for their offsprings and for themselves. Not everybody is finna go out and buy the rims, buy a new car, and throw money at strippers and stuff like that. That's what they think. But we already know the history. But people are asking, like, okay, we know the history, so now where's the money? All of this is ours. We got we got the 5%ers. We got the NOI, Nation of Islam. We got the FOI, the Fruit of Islam. We have Christians, Hebrew Israelites, the Moors, Asiatics. All of that shit is ours. We own all of that shit. All of it. Yet our own people try to divide us. It's like, we're all of that shit. That's all of our shit. The Catholics, and it's ours. But our own people will sit back there and try to divide us. And this is what makes it uneasy for me. Because like I said, like before I start talking about white folks and all this, I have to start with my people first, because it's like, y'all are dividing us. Y'all are the ones that are dividing us and making it easier for everybody else to infiltrate us. Because we're being divided. I mean, I don't want to go into Black Panthers and how they were divided and everything like that, but I mean, you can do your own research and homework on that, but we're dividing each other. We're systematically dividing each other. We're mentally dividing each other. Oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Okay. I'm a 5%er. All right. Do you know the mathematics of today? The fuck are you talking about? The question is, do you know thyself? Did you go to church on Sunday, my Christian brother? It's all division. Like, we're dividing each other. That's all we're doing, is dividing each other within our own space. And it's fucked up. So like I said, like with our black women, like they're not even on track. Like they don't know what the fuck is going on. So then, you know, the black men are sitting back like, I don't know. Like if the black woman is off track, then of course the black man is going to be off track, because if the black man was on track, then the black women will be on track. But it comes from her. She's the mother of all. She's the mother of everything. She's the mother of earth. So if the mother is she's off track, then what the hell? Then we have to step it up or whatever, but we have to step it up collectively. We can't do it as individuals. Like, we have to do it as individuals at this point, but collectively, like, we have to get them back on track. And some of them are, like I said, cognitive dissonance. A lot of black women have cognitive dissonance, and they want to be that white girl so bad. They want to buy the hair that looks like them. They don't want to take care of their hair. They want to do everything. I mean, we are living in crazy times, but there's nothing new over the sun. I mean, under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. But like I said, this is all our shit. This is all of us. And it makes it easier on the oppressor when we divide each other. All they gotta do is come in and throw a stick bomb, or, you know, as a metaphor. Like, all they gotta do is come in and just do something, and then everybody scatters like a bunch of roaches and start blaming other people and all this stuff, you know. Like, I was taught, like, the worst devil is a black devil. And it's true. And it is so true. The worst devil is a black devil. I done seen some evil ass black folks in my motherfucking life growing up. And some of them are in my family. Because like I told you, it starts from the household. How are you jealous of a child? The worst devil is a black devil. Before I can even critique what's going on outside of the home or outside of my people, I have to start with them first. Because I already know what the fuck they're about. It's easy. The Asian, I don't give a fuck about me. The Arab, the Palestinian, the Mexican, the Salvadorian, the motherfuckers from South America or whatever, the African. These motherfuckers don't give a shit about us. Like the African, like I remember, and this is a little off topic, like I said, I'm still ranting, but I remember I was working with this African. I was like, "Oh, you're from Africa?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm from Africa," with the accent and everything like that. I was like, "You ever been to the Giza, the Giza pyramids? You ever been to Egypt?" She's like, "What? The who?" I said, "The pyramids, the Giza and the Sphinx." And she was like, "No, I didn't never go there." And it's like, the fuck? Colonized, Europeanized Africans. That's what a lot of these motherfuckers are. A lot of these motherfuckers from Africa are colonized and Europeanized Africans. They don't know shit about nothing. They don't know the history. We know more about their history than they know about theirs. But the thing that we need to do is like we understand the history of Africa, but we need to understand the history of where we came from, which is America, North America, Amexum. This is what we need to understand. We need to learn this. The Olmecs, how Mexico, like how we were there first. Like I said, all of this shit is ours. But it's people want to divide us, and most importantly, our own people want to divide us. Because like I said, it makes it easier on the oppressor to be like, "Oh, all I got to do is just throw a little tack here and bam. These motherfuckers scatter like roaches." And then you have, like I said, like the worst devil in the world is a black devil. If you black or whatever you want to call yourself, the worst devil is a black devil. That's the worst devil that you can ever encounter. I mean, for example, like Boys in the Hood. Remember when Trey and Ricky got pulled over? Who pulled the gun out on them? The black officer. You think you tough. What set you from? Crenshaw Mafia motherfuckers. Oh no. You probably from one of them rolling 60s. It's just like that. But that's exactly how our community and all parts of this nation are thinking. It's the same way. I mean, the system. I mean, like I said, it just pisses me off talking about this. I mean, the system. These motherfuckers are set up to where they can kidnap your children. I mean, CPS, like I can get into all of this shit. See, they can sit there and kidnap your children and talk about, well, this is the law, but because we don't know anything about the law, they can sit there and say like, yeah, we can just take your children from you and you have a court date in front of some racist, prejudiced judge who doesn't give a shit about you nor your kids. Because more than likely your children are probably going to be put in some traffic ring or, kidnapped by somebody else and more likely to be abused. Nancy Schaefer. Y'all look up Nancy Schaefer. Nancy Schaefer spoke about this, about the CPS and everything. She was murdered. She was killed. Her and her husband. This was a white woman. When they start killing white people and their spouses, this is a congresswoman. Then you know this shit is real. Nancy Schaefer spoke about that shit. So they are kidnapping our children. They're putting mothers and fathers against each other in court and everything in order to kidnap their children. They're not taking them like back in the day, like with CPS, like If you were involved in CPS, it's because like your mother, your father were like abusing you. Like they were beating the shit out you, depriving you of food. The mother or father was on crack or both of them. That's when you got taken away. Like nowadays, all somebody got to say is like, oh, well, this happened. And they can't they can't prove it or anything like that, but they bring you to court anyway, and you gotta meet this stupid ass fucking caseworker who doesn't give a shit about you, about anything, doesn't even know how to do his or her job. It's all a fucking game. And I hope I just hope that y'all realize this. Like I know that I've ranted. But like this is like I've been meaning to speak about this for years. I'm already in an hour and 25 minutes. Like I'm dead serious about this shit. And I wish somebody would try to deflect about what I say or try to debate me on what I'm talking about. Because y'all know this shit is real. Like, there's so much more that I want to say. Like, I was just like, I have to freestyle this shit. I can't. If I sit here and jot down everything that I want to say, this is going to be 3 hours. And maybe I will do a follow-up to this. Maybe I will. I don't know. I don't care who likes it or who doesn't like it. I really don't give a damn about that. I don't care about how many views this get or how many it does get. I'm just speaking the real. Because it's been going on for years. But I'm just digging deep into the elements and the deeper part where people don't think, and then they don't realize like exactly like damn, I didn't know that either. Those are the parts that I'm digging deep into. So whoever's listening to this, I thank you for listening for all this long. I thank you for supporting me, and I appreciate you chiming in. I appreciate all of that. You know, and hopefully I can find co-hosts and I can join other co-hosts and we can expand on this. You know, I'm not worried about being popular on YouTube and being famous or making money off of it. This is like a very, very, very serious issue that we're going through as people, especially as black people, as natives of this country, the real Native Americans of this country, and what we've been going through for years, and nobody has stepped up and done anything about it. That's all I want to say.